All right, let's start with this one. Yeah, tonight's episode of Nigerian Idols, guys, it was phenomenal. It was mind-blowing. I enjoyed it. I mean, aside enjoying it, I had like a cluster of emotions, scattering my head. My emotions were all over the place, guys. One minute I'm excited, the next minute I am upset. Sometimes I was livid, and I'll tell you the point at which I was livid. Yes, and this is the part where I get to call out the organizers of Nigerian Idols. I'm sorry, but this is actually necessary for me to do. I do not really understand, and I doubt if there's any rationale whatsoever as to why they decided to ridicule contestants that actually auditioned for the show this season. Yes, I mean, I understand. They're trying to create content. They're trying to bring on some level of entertainment to the show. They're trying to just spice up tonight's episode of the show, right? But then, was that really necessary? I mean, I'm talking about as per the theme of tonight's first segment of the top 3 contestants' performances. According to Ike, it was tagged how it should have been done. So from the way he explained it, right, they showed us clips of how individuals who had auditioned for this season of the show had rendered certain songs and had murdered the song, like they did not perform it properly, right? And then that was what kind of inspired the top 3 contestants to for their song selection for the first segment of the show, right? So it was something that they did, and guys, what really got to me was the fact that the audience, they were having a good time laughing, ridiculing those people, and I found it very offensive. I mean, it's okay that we watched it on TV, right? Those people knew what they were going into. We watched it on TV as at the point of the auditions, but then bringing it back tonight, playing it on that big stage for the entire physical audience and even the virtual audience watching from all over Nigeria or even Africa, wherever people are watching from, watching these people all over again, making a mockery of them with their laughter, guys. It was just so offensive to me, and I felt like that was completely unnecessary. I mean, for weeks, we've seen how these contestants from the top 12 or top 13 or whatever, they have selected their songs, and they've done it peacefully without ridiculing anybody. Why do they have to do that tonight? In my opinion, that was absolutely unnecessary. Yes, and it made the organizer of the show look bad. Now, that aside, there's actually a whole lot that I want to talk about with regards to the performances from the contestants tonight, starting with the duet that was performed by the top 4 and then down to the 2 segments of the top 3's performance. There's a whole lot that I want to share. But before I go into all of that, let me first of all welcome all of you back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. You're welcome. Yes, this is Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah. I am the girl with the T. Yes, I'm still not back in my place, but if this is your first time coming across this channel, you're highly welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe and also hit the white bell button to receive alerts of my videos. That's called the post notification bell. Now, that said, let's just get into the video. Okay, so let's start with the duet, right? There's the one between Jordan and Zadok. So in my frank opinion, that duet should never have happened. I'm sorry to say, but it was a disaster in my ears. I don't know whatever Jordan was doing, but it was as though he could not get that alto part right. I don't know if the guy was trying to sing alto or tenor, but it was not just gelling at all. It was as if he was struggling so hard to find his comfort in that part he was singing or whatever he was doing. So in my opinion, it was just a disaster. At some point, it felt like it was going off part or off key. Like, it was just horrible to my ears. I'm sorry, but that was a no-no. Yes, I understand the judges were trying to make them feel better about themselves. Oh, you guys did that. Vocally, it was a disaster. But then, talking about the stage, should I say synergy between those 2 people, I think it was okay. I think they actually pulled it off, courtesy of Zadok, who is a professional performer at this point in time. He actually helped to carry their flow, and Jordan also did well, yes, but vocally, it was not nice at all. And then for Banti and Progress, guys, Hey, you know what they say about you can take a horse to the stream, but you cannot force that horse to drink water. I felt like that was what was happening with Banti and Progress on that stage. Banti is obviously a tomboy. So even though she wears dresses and gowns to look like, to look more ladylike, it was not just a thing. And so she was struggling so hard. She was extremely stiff on that stage. At some point, she forgot her line. At some point, she did not know what to do with the ad-libs. And Progress was trying so hard to cover her loopholes, to cover all the lapses in her own delivery. And guys, it was like Progress was doing all the work. And Banti was just basically, they were performing Essence by Wizkid. And guys, woof, I just could not wait for that duet to end. Yes. And even the chemistry between them, it was dead. It was dead. I mean, we know that song very well. Wizkid's Essence. It was a heavy song. It was a heavy hit that went global for weeks, for months. That song is amazingly hot. So I was expecting that chemistry between both of them. But then on the flip side, I wasn't really expecting Banti to do much because, hey, she's not that feminine, she's not what we were expecting. So that was why I was really relieved when the duet were over. And moving on to Jordan's eviction. Frankly speaking, guys, I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know if I should be upset. I didn't know if I should be excited. But one thing I am sure that I felt at that point in time was I felt proud of Banti. And the reason I was really proud of Banti is that Banti has actually evolved. Banti has worked to get to top 3. I recall when she had her first audition, I was blown away. I was really excited and I was expecting a lot from her. I mean, what we saw tonight, what we saw last week, I was expecting all of this from Banti, and I was expecting all of that on a consistent level, just as Zadok and Progress has been dishing out to us on the stage. But then in the first 2 weeks or first 3 weeks of the live performances, Banti was 0 to nothing. And Jordan also was struggling. So it wasn't like there was anything different from what both of them were doing. The only thing different was that Banti was progressing on a consistent level. Jordan was progressing and regressing? Yes, if I'm not wrong. Yes, but then talk about Banti. Banti has actually earned that spot in the top 3. I'm talking about from the top 4 now. If left to me, Banti and Jordan should be out. Itoha, Zadok, and Progress should make it to top 3. But then Itoha is no longer there. But now we're now left with 2 choices between Jordan and Banti. And so tonight I was really proud of Banti, on making it through to the top 3. Moving on to the main performances from the top 3 contestants. Let's start with Banti. Now, for Banti's 2 performances, if there was one key thing that I noticed tonight, it's the fact that there is now clarity in Banti's expression of the emotions in her songs, the expression of the messages in her songs. Yes, and she did it with ease. She did not struggle as usual. I mean, last week she did not really struggle. This week again, she did not struggle. I see a woman who has evolved so much and is now comfortable with that stage. You see that Nigerian Idol is the 7th stage. She's now comfortable with that stage. She's now dishing it to us as it should be. Guys, I was watching Banti perform Beyonce's Listen, and guys, indeed, I was listening. I was paying attention to Banti's body language, to her expression, to every single action that she was taking on that stage, and I received it. I was very, very open and recipient of, should I say recipient or receiving of everything that Banti was giving from that stage. Vocals, guys, she was giving. Is it stage performance, the presence, stage presence, utilization of that stage, guys, she was giving. And I was so proud of Banti. Moving on to Zadok's performances, guys. Hey! See, this room where I am is so cold, it's freaking freezing. But as at the time that Zadok was doing his 2nd performance, I was so hot. I felt really hot. I was sweating, guys. I was sweating under very, very chilly AC. This guy came with a mission. No, 2 missions actually. Yeah. So the first mission, he came to prove that yes, aside me being Zadok, the performer, I am also Zadok, the great vocalist. I'm also Zadok, the great singer. Now, a lot of you in my comment section who are not really fans of Zadok have been saying that, oh, Glory, you're not being fair. Zadok is only an entertainer, blah, blah, a performer, he's not singing. Well, In as much as I've tried to let you all know a lot of times that Zadok does sing, tonight he came to not just perform, but he came to also vocalize. He came to musically vocalize. He came to sing. Guys, I saw in full display his vocal prowess at A+A+A+1 level. Guys, it was explosive. His performances were powerful. What was the first song he performed again? He performed You're Gonna Love Me. I don't know if that's the title of the song, by Jennifer Hudson. If you've seen the movie Dreamgirls, you saw the way that Jennifer Hudson performed that song at the point in her life where she was drawn, like where she was like lost. Guys, Zadok came and gave us another level of that performance. It was mind-blowing. I had goosebumps all over my body. I had goosebumps. I was shaking. I was literally screaming. If not for copyright issues, I would have loved to play out my reactions while Zadok was performing that song. It was simply explosive. And then when he performed that, is it Boyz II Men's I'll Make Love to You? Guys, hey, woof, that was the part where I was literally sweating. Like, guys, I was sweating so bad, but then I just couldn't help myself. But overall, tonight, Zadok proved that he could actually seduce me virtually and also deliver some musical musical masterpiece. Guys, put it the way you want to put it, construct it however way you want to put it, but I was really blown away by Zadok's performances tonight. Now, moving on to Progress's performances. For those of you who are musically inclined, I don't know if you noticed all the technicalities that was going on in Progress's deliveries tonight. Yes, I'm talking about, hey God, Progress was using not just his head voice, his falsetto. Guys, hey, his diaphragm was just dishing out complete control, like breath control. Guys, that is not easy to do in music when singing. Those of you that are musically inclined, I bet you can relate to what I'm talking about. See, Progress came onto the stage tonight. In his two performances, he gave us some mind-blowing musical technicalities. Guys, it was insane. I was listening, like I was literally paying attention, was listening to all of those things, and I was amazed at how he could pull them off and make it look so easy when it's not really easy, because they are actually technical. And it takes one that has actually groomed themselves, you know, trained themselves up to that level, you know, to be able to do so. Guys, Progress blew me away when it came to singing. In fact, what I saw tonight was that Progress came to sing. He came to sing how singing should be done in a competition, in a show like Nigerian Idols, whilst Zadok came to not just sing, but to also perform in a show like Nigerian Idol. Guys, that is very, very, that really put me in a tight corner. Yes, and I just had to tell myself that, Glory, listen, the winner of this season's show is between Progress and Zadok. I'm sorry to say, but Banti, even if she deserves her spot out of the top 4 to get to top 3, this season is not for her to win. I'm sorry. If Banti emerges the winner of this season of Nigerian Idols, it would be a great injustice to both either Zadok or Progress, because you see those two people, they have been the most consistent contestants this season. They've been delivering back to back, and it's not like they've been complacent. No, they've been evolving as well. They've been growing, and for every time they perform, trust me, it's not the same as before. There's always a bar that's raised, yes, even though sometimes it looks as though they're tired, but no, even in their tiredness, their performances still supersedes the performances of other contestants on the show. So now it's left to you. Just go ahead, let me know in the comment section below who you believe is the deserving winner of this season of Nigerian Idols. Let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know how you felt regarding all the performances of tonight, starting with the duet. Yes, let me know how you felt about that. Let me know as well how you felt about Jordan's eviction. Let me know as well how you felt about Banti making it to top 3. Let me know how you felt about the organizers ridiculing people that actually auditioned for the show. I already let you know how I felt at the start of this video, but I would love to know your own first reactions to that event that happened on tonight's episode of Nigerian Idol Season 7. That said, I'll see you all on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Have an amazing night's rest. Bye.